Hey everybody, it's your boy Zaymont. It's that time of the week, back for another video. This week I got my boy Wopness with me. This was his video, so we're going to sit down and we're going to discuss it. Enjoy. So I'm joined tonight by Wopness Monster 18, and we're going to sit here and discuss this video. And you know what, let's start right here. It's that first opening clip, man. I'll tell you what, if you had been any closer, your ass would have been cooked by that mine as well, man.
Damn right, I can agree on that. See, when I was pretty much walking down there, I was just expecting, just to take out the AC-130s and all that in the sky with a Stinger missile, and then pretty much, bam, it exploded. I didn't even notice that it was even there.
You know, the funny thing is, that's probably one of my most favorite scenes ever, and I'll be watching that, at least that first clip, for a very long time to come. Speaking of Stingers, here you are attacking the AC-130. With a brilliance, I might add. And let me make this clear. This is the first time he's touched Battlefield 3 on 360. He's never even seen this map. This is actually the one of the PS3 clan leaders for The Running Dead.
Well, honestly, when it came down to that part where it exploded, I honestly looked in the sky and there was no missile trace of any backfire or anything from the sky. So I knew it was on the ground. So that's why I dropped immediately as soon as I saw that, because it could have been any enemy tank or somebody with munitions like RPGs or pretty much one of the basic rocket launchers they have.
Yeah, and here we are, being a team player, just made the repair on the tank, and that's what we look for in clan members. So if you're interested in joining PlayStation 3, the information's at the end of the match. Here we are going up Alborez Mountain itself, and I forget what we got into here, but it was a nice little firefight.
I was trying to go towards the objective because I could tell it was starting to get taken for a little bit, if you noticed, but at this part, I could barely see anything. Just because of the logistics and like graphics and realism of Battlefield 3 itself, it definitely can blind you just staring in the sun itself.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things that makes Battlefield so great. I mean, it's just like you're actually out in the field fighting these battles. The sun gets in your eyes. You got to look at the factors of what's going on in your environment. You know, you got trees blocking you when you're trying to get locks on aircraft or on armor, and that's what makes Battlefield so great. Here I am being not impartial like I said I would, but oh well, this is Battlefield.
I mean, if anybody is a Call of Duty and Battlefield world-known lovers of the game itself and the game series, if you remember from Modern Warfare 1, the part where you have to shoot Zakai off with the 50 caliber, you'll notice that that's the only part in the game to use the Coriolis effect. Now in Battlefield 3, that effect is used 24/7 of the game, every day.
And here's a good point in case coming up, this little gunfight, Homeboy was just barely covered by the other side of the mountain, but you were still able to compensate just a little bit, and boom, took him out before he even knew what really hit him.
At that part, I honestly didn't even know what it was. I actually thought it was just a rock, that it was just falling off the cliff from like a rock, like a shrapnel piece from an RPG. Honestly, I didn't know it was a guy until I started noticing the glare off his gun, and I was like, alright, well, somebody needs to get shot.
Yes, and shot he got. I mean, you totally represented up on that shit. Here we are playing with Stingers. Oh, he smoked you, literally. You know, this was a really great battle, even though it ended in tragedy for you. If you had been just behind that tree a little bit more, I think you probably would have hit the tree and missed you.
Now, I completely agree on that. If I would have just changed a little bit, I could still see myself killing those two guys you just saw a little earlier with that same life, but unfortunately I wasn't paying attention at the time. I mean, but this part right here, when it came to AC-130, I was trying to take them out as much as possible, because what many people do is like, alright man, I want to go in and kill everybody, you get my points, but if you don't realize you don't take that air support out, your team is going to have a lot worse scores, statistics, stats, and everything. You don't get your points if you're not alive.
Well, not just that, but right here you kind of got screwed up a little bit, because there's a classic Xbox glitch where your red dot actually goes away to signify your lock, so you had to listen for the rest of the match for that, for the tone. And that really throws people off, especially when you're not familiar with Xbox 360 consoles. I got to admit, man, you totally represented. You impressed Fear and Tomax with your abilities. They actually didn't believe me when I told them this was the first time you played on 360.
I mean, before, I used to have a 360, God forbid. I actually did really have one before a PS3, but I never played Battlefield 3. I had probably an Xbox 360 all the way up and beyond Battlefield
love
3.
that.
And
That
I
was
noticed at that part that I actually hit my teammate's airplane with it, and he crashed right into it.
Yeah, but if you watch the video, he was a little bit closer. That Stinger just didn't have enough time to get the right angle to not miss him.
I could have probably actually saved him if it hit a little quicker, but I mean, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, well, still, that was badass how he rammed him.
Oh yeah, definitely taking one for the team, of course.
Well, you know, no guts, no glory.
Yeah, ram.
Especially in Battlefield. I mean, come on, who hasn't just said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go jihading and on an ATV, or we're going to go jihading with a helo or a jet. Everybody does it, especially just for shits and grins. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's an epic fail.
Yeah. Now, believe it or not, before Battlefield 3, I was actually all Call of Duty fan. I said, I don't play Battlefield, I'll never play it, it's not as good as Modern Warfare 3. I played one game of Battlefield 3, and then it was just pretty much like, what's Modern Warfare?
Yeah, you're welcome for that. And, you know, here we are, given ground air support to Fear Zero, and even though your first missile hit, your second Stinger hit, and that actually saved Fear's life. I talked to him after the match, and if it hadn't been for that, he probably would have been seriously screwed.
Yeah, he would have probably ended up even had to parachute out of there. And even that, I even played probably a good couple portions of it and didn't even know you could parachute till the last minute.
Yeah, next time we're going to have to get you on some jets, because this ain't the last time you're going to make an appearance on one of Zaymot's Battlefield 3 videos.
And I hope to see more in the future, definitely do.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm sorry, dude. I had to throw this in at the end. Just,
I'd say it's a perfect kill.
That was one shot. He ranged you just right. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. But the information, if you're interested in checking out our clan, seeing what we're about on both formats, PS3 and Xbox 360, I got it right here at the end. Just contact one of the people that's listed, and we'll be putting up a Facebook page real soon. Y'all have a good one.